Welcome to Build Show Network. Today we're going to be talking all about stilts, how to set them up, how to use them safely, just kind of running through the ins and outs of them. They are a critical part of my work. So join me, Lydia Crowder, as we walk through stilts. So first things first, these are stilts. They come in a variety of sizes. These are adjustable. You can also buy them in fixed heights. These are my big stilts. So these stilts are a lot bigger than these ones. Obviously, I am on these big ones the majority of the time. If you're normal size, this size should be pretty decent for you. These guys can also be adjusted, and we'll kind of go over how to do that and what the whole look of the stilt is. When you buy these, they come in pieces, a couple pieces that you have to put together. The first thing that you're going to want to do is figure out how high you want your leg strut, which is right here. So when you're wearing these, you don't want this leg strut to be all the way up here. Like, you don't want the strut hitting in your mid-thigh. You don't want it on your knee. You want it about just below, about right here, so that when you're walking, you're having a natural gait that's also lifting and pulling the stilt. If it's on your knee, it can be tricky to bend, so you want it just below, so it's at a comfortable height. So when you set these, make sure you're setting your leg strut for that. You also will have your springs here. They adjust the backwards and the forwards on your stilt. So your best thing to do is stand in a natural position, and then you can kind of adjust these here and there to make sure you are not tipping forwards or tipping backwards, because those springs adjust your backwards and forwards movements. There are also pads on the bottom here. These are pretty old. These are also, you could change these, replace these, along with the springs and the straps. So essentially, when you're buying a set of stilts, they cost, $250, $350 to $400. You can replace almost everything on these at one point or time. You can replace these straps. We obviously need to replace these ones. You can replace these leg straps right here. You can replace the springs, and then also the bottom foot plates. And the bottom foot plates, really you should replace pretty frequently, because they make walking on these a lot nicer, because they give you that cushion and the grip that's happening there. And when you need to adjust these, they have wings right here. So take out your wing nuts. And also keep track of which side they go on. Sometimes certain nuts work better on other sides. And then you can adjust the height. So these would be all the way down. This is how they come. You can absolutely wear them this short. If you're 6 foot tall, working on 8 foot, this is probably going to be the height you're going to be at with these guys. And then if you need to pull them back out, you just pull them back out. I'll make sure you have the right amount of holes showing on each side. So this set has 5 total holes. The bigger set has, I believe, 8. So when you're setting these, make sure you have the right amount of holes showing on both sides. You don't want to set this side at 3 holes, this side at 4 holes, and then have your other set at a totally different height. So then when you have these, make sure your hole's in there, and then you're going to put your nut in there and make sure it's nice and tight. Something to keep in mind when you're wearing these and you're wearing them daily, we're on these a lot, is make sure you're checking before you get up and make sure that your nuts are tight every day. It's definitely a process you want to be checking. They will sometimes back out or loosen up, so you want to make sure these are nice and tight. You don't want to have these come out. When they do, it'll just drop, and like the whole part where there's no nut in there will just like drop out and kind of make you feel like you just fell to the floor. The foot plate is also adjustable right here. I have smaller feet, so I almost have it all the way up all the time, but this is where your heel goes. These are your toe straps, and then this is your leg strap. So let's go ahead and get up on these bad boys and kind of walk through how to walk in them and how to work safely with these on the job site. All right, so let's go ahead and get up on these. I'm gonna get up on these stilts. These are pretty much set for me. The leg struts are set for my height, and then the foot plate's also set. So first things first, you're gonna wanna pull this back, and then also make sure that your feet straps are this way. If this guy's tucked back there, you won't be able to get to it, and then you also don't wanna be stepping on them. So I do my leg strap first. I pull tight, and then I take this, put it through, and then I actually will loop it back like that, so that way it's not loosening and it stays tight the whole time I'm wearing it. And then I will do my foot straps. And then I will grab my other pair. Sometimes it helps too to be up against a wall if you so choose. Like I could go back behind me and have that wall in front of me, so that way if I feel like I'm leaning forwards, I have some place to catch myself. So I'm gonna go ahead, step out to my second one. Now always make sure you have all your straps tightened before you go walk, because if you don't, you will eat it and it's not fun. I've done it before, been distracted, and gone to take a step and not have my foot straps on and just kind of like, so it does happen. You do fall on these sometimes, but we always try to be our best to be safe and also work in areas where you don't have a lot of stuff around you. Also, quick mention, these aren't legal everywhere. Some states you can't wear these, it's not allowed. So definitely check with your local laws. OSHA, make sure you're following guidelines. Last thing you want to do is get fined for wearing these on a site. So let's go ahead and walk inside and we'll kind of run over how these work. So let's go over kind of how to use these, how to walk in these, and some tips, especially if you're just looking into trying these out. First things first, be someplace where you can touch the ceiling. When you're first learning to walk on these, you're going to be a little wobbly. You're not going to be super sure-footed. So make sure you have some place where you can kind of catch yourself and catch your balance. Also, don't be in like a big open room like this just trying to like float around and maybe catch yourself, because if I was to fall, there's nothing to stop me. So kind of be in a bedroom where you can reach the ceiling, and then you have some walls close by to help and guide you. They're also flexible, like I talked about earlier, so adjust those springs for how it works with your leg. You can do everything in these. I mean, you can lean backwards, you can lean forwards, you can go wide, you can go tight. You can also pick your feet up, especially if you need to step over things. And when you are walking with these, don't be dragging your feet. Like you want to be taking, decent sized steps. If I'm taking little tiny steps or dragging my feet all over the floor, I'm just gonna eat it. So, you don't wanna be taking like huge giant steps, but you kind of have like your normal gait and stick with that. Sometimes throughout the day, you'll need to tighten your straps. So what I'll do, especially if my leg strap has come like a little loose, I'll lean against a wall, get down like this, retighten my straps if I need to, and then continue on with my day. It's always a good place to go if you need a little support. You need to fix something, you can always kind of just come and lean against a wall and then kind of give yourself a little support. As you can tell, my foot is all the way back in the foot plate. I don't want to have my heel off of that because that's offering the support for my foot. Also, my straps, those tie my feet down and help lift up the stilt. So don't be using these without your foot straps, because it just won't work and your foot will just be flopping around and you'll fall off the stilt. So something to remember when you're on these, make sure you're watching around your surroundings, making sure there's no slippery mud on the floor. If you drop a big glob and you step in it, it's like stepping on a banana peel, and like you literally, it's really hard to get your balance. So it always helps to be able to touch the ceiling, especially when you're first learning. Make sure you have something you can grab onto. We textured this house yesterday. It took us about 2 hours and 2.5 hours, 2 hours or so. I was on these while we were doing that, so doing the ceilings and the upper walls, and they are lifesavers. I get so much more work done with these, especially being short. They help a ton. I've been on these for 8 hours at a time, and you can absolutely do long stints on these without being completely exhausted. Make sure when you are on these, you're looking out for cords or any obstacles on the floor that you can trip or fall into. You don't want to fall into a big hole or a crawl space when you have these on. that could be really, really bad. And then, you know, ceiling stuff, just be aware of what you're doing. Just look around every once in a while so you don't eat it and fall, because it's not very fun. We've all done it. We've all had it happen, but bad falls can definitely be very bad, and it can cause a lot of injury. So make sure you're being safe when using these. Oh, that's it for this week, all about stilts. I hope I've maybe inspired you to try a pair. I think they'd be great for painters, especially cutting in top edges. Other trades, you just gotta get some and mess around with them. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week for a whole new episode. You can find me on socials, Drywall Shorty, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. And I will catch you guys next week.